If you landed on this video because you thought I was going to teach you how to rug pull on Solana, rug pull on Pump.fun, or any of that other bullshit that's out on YouTube, you got another thing coming. One of the worst things in crypto are scams and rug pulls. And today I decided to go on YouTube and type in how to rug pull, and all this shit right here comes up. How to rug pull on Pump.fun, Solana, how to rug pull for free. And this is just utter bullshit. This is nothing but people teaching people how to scam and steal money from people like you and I. I'm going to teach you with 2doge.co how to actually create money the honest way in crypto. I'm going to teach you exactly that because that's exactly what we're doing. We launched 2doge on Solana about 6-7 days ago. I think it was April 30th, April 31st on Pump.fun. We've already bonded from Jupiter. We did everything from day one, ethically, honest, and we were 100% transparent. We are steadily building a long-term sustainable project built on the vision to really change the strife, the rug pulls, the shitty people that are in this space that are giving meme coins and meme coins on Solana such a bad name. So for those who don't know me, my name's Scotty B Crypto, and I've been in crypto since about 2018. And for those of us that have been in this market for quite some time, we've seen literally one end of the spectrum to the other. So I got out of crypto, or I got out of YouTube anyway, about 3 years ago when the market collapsed. And I didn't have the passion to do these types of videos when I knew what the market was going to do. So I picked this back up just recently when I launched the newest project, which I'll talk about here in just a moment, for the purpose of really sharing of our vision of bringing integrity back to Solana. Solana, unfortunately, has probably been hit the hardest by Pump.fun and other copycat type websites that are built to give people an opportunity, a platform to launch a token for next to nothing, and to be able to control everything within the project for the purpose of scamming people like you and I. I mean, there's a reason why 85% of the new tokens that are launched every single day are deemed a rug pull. There's a reason why $500 billion was extracted out of the market just last year. So if you join me on this journey of 2doge on Solana, in hopes of really just changing the space and hopefully onboarding new people that are brought into the space the right way, instead of inevitably them finding the wrong way, hopefully we can make the space a better place for all of us, including you and I. So like I said, we launched 2doge on Solana last Sunday. It was, I believe it'd be April 31st. We launched it on Pump.fun, and as you can see, here's our main tagline, literally just expressing our feeling that there are hundreds of rug pulls on Solana every single day. When we launched the token, we purchased 29, almost 30% of the total supply, 25% of which we locked up minutes after launch on Jupiter, which you could go through these the official links right here, or you can check it out for yourself. It's locked up on Jupiter, and it clearly shows it on SolScan. But we locked up 25% of the total supply. And what we intend to do with that total supply is actually gift it to the community. Now, we haven't quite figured out how to do that. You know, it's the idea of turning 2doge into some sort of DAO, which is going to be governance by the community with 25% of the total supply. So the community would have, you know, obviously a vote on what exactly happens to that supply. So we did that for two reasons. One, we didn't want our project to be sniped and really shit on the project that we launched. And two, we wanted to create a sustainable, viable project, which is probably one of the biggest things that hinders honest projects when they launch. So for the most part, when people launch projects, probably better than 90% of the launches are launched by dishonest people. So they snipe the supply, they bundle the supply, they send it to 3,000 wallets, and they sell it on people like you and I. That's where you see those mammoth green candles, and then inevitably over the next, whether it's 3 hours or 3 days, it comes crashing down to almost zero. Those are snipe launches that are controlled by the team. So what we did is we purchased 29% of the launch at or 25% of the total supply at launch. Actually, I'm sorry, 29% of the total supply at launch. Sent 25% of it to a lock on Jupiter. The other 4.7% can be seen on SoulScan, and it's actually I'll show you. The other 4.78% can actually be seen on SoulScan. That's controlled by the team. That's me. And that's listed as this wallet right here. So we bought the 2doge.soul URL, attached it to that wallet, which is the original wallet that we purchased off of. The 25% supply you see right here is 25%. And that's the wallet that's actually locked up on Jupiter. So anyways, the team controls a total of 29%. 4.7% we have access to now, but you can obviously see and watch it, and we're not doing anything with it. The other 25% is actually locked up on Jupiter. And like I said, it's going to be gifted to the community. We just haven't quite figured out how to do that. But anyway, that's going to be the long-term sustainability and ultimately the viability of the product itself. Now, whether that's used for marketing down the road, centralized exchange listings, giveaways, whatever the case may be, the community will ultimately control that and have this ultimate say on what exactly happens to that. All of that is going to be utilized to push 2doge on Solana to become more of a brandable name in the future. So we've set the project up from day one for the long term. We put everything in place to make it sustainable, and ultimately where we wanted to share our vision of trying to really just turn around this space. So when I look at the project itself, starting off with the website, you see all the official links are along the top as well as the bottom of the page. But the token lock, that takes you directly to Jupiter or directly to SoulScan, where you see the 25% locks. All of our main social links is right here at the top. We've got paid deck screener, paid dex tools. We've got a engaged Telegram community. There's only about like 500 people in there right now, but everything we've done is 100% organic. We haven't paid any influencers. We haven't paid any shillers. Our X account is 100% organic with all unique content and some very good memes. Our Twitter page has the premium blue check mark. And again, you can feel free to check that out. Everything is 100% organic. We currently have 171 followers, which is not many. I'll fully admit it. But again, this is everything has been done 100% organic. Going back to the website, going back to Twitter. Going back to the website, you can check out the Jupiter lock. We have a screenshot right here. It clearly shows 250 million 2doge tokens locked up on Jupiter. You can check that out yourself. Again, the social links, some pretty good images here, and it just gives you a little bit more about the backstory. So 2doge, we're hoping to create a safe haven for meme coins on Solana, and that's exactly the vision of what we're trying to create here. Check out a little bit more. Obviously, we're blending Doge vibes with the next-gen blockchain, and that ultimately has everything to do with we're paying respects for the original Dogecoin on Ethereum. And no matter, what blockchain you have a preference to, whether it's based Ethereum, Solana, or any other chain out there, if you're involved in crypto in any way, shape, or form, you love Doge. So paying homage to the original meme coin crypto out there, that was an absolute must for us. So like I said, I've been in crypto for 2018, so that's like 6-7 years. And I missed out in the early days of Doge, but I've been involved in crypto to know exactly where Doge has evolved from to where it's come to today. So I've always had a keen interest in Doge, even though I've never been directly involved in anything Doge because I knew I wouldn't make a shit ton of money. So I always had that idea of wanting to do something with Doge. So over the years, there's been, hundreds, if not thousands of derivatives of Doge on every single blockchain out there with every single ticker you can imagine. But we decided to come up with the ticker 2Doge, the numerical 2, and then, of course, DOGE, because it was something totally unique. I mean, you could do your homework and do your research on DexScreen or DexTools. It's 100% unique. There is a couple of fake 2Doges out there that were launched after ours that are clearly rug pulls. So make sure that if you are interested in this project, you captured the official contract, which again is on the front page of the website. And I'll be honest with you, I would never recommend taking a ticker directly from a website. I'd take it off the social links, go to Dex Screener or Dex Tools, because people will make some copycat websites and put a fake contract address on there. So we've seen that done before. So unofficially, or unfortunately, this whole space is full of nothing but shit, which again is our number one mission. So again, we launched on Pump.fun a week ago. The future of memes run on Solana, and I firmly believe that. Probably last November, last December, when memes were at their pinnacle on Solana, everybody was saying Solana was immediately going to run $1,000, but because of all this shit, and, not including the macro climate as well, but because of all these rug pulls on Solana, is ultimately the reason why it's sitting at $110, $115 for one Solana today. So again, it'll tell you how you purchase Solana, or how you purchase 2 Doge on Solana. You can purchase it directly on Jupiter or Radium. Why Solana? It's because it's the number one blockchain out there, in my opinion. Ethereum, is arguably the number one blockchain, but you either hate Ethereum or you absolutely love it. I was an Ethereum maxi probably up until, I don't know, probably about like 6 to 8 months ago. And then one day I decided to try Solana. I was like, well, what the fuck have I been doing on Ethereum all this time? I migrated probably 40 or 50 wallets over to Solana, and I've never looked back. I don't have anything on Ethereum anymore. And then again, it just gives you a little bit more information on 2 Doge and our environment and the vision that we're trying to create. So when we go over to the official Twitter page, again, this is our Twitter handle. We got the blue check mark, which we actually, everything that we put into place, we put into place before the launch, and we took funds out of our own pocket. So we didn't buy supply and then sell supply in the community, and use that money to purchase Dex Tools, Dex Screener, the premium Twitter, or pay to have the website built. We had the website built before the launch. We had a brand new Twitter account created before the launch with the premium blue check mark. We paid for all the images and all the memes and everything that goes along with it. We had everything in place before the launch. We even had the money set aside for Dex Screener and Dex Tools. So everything that we've done has been out of pocket pre-launch, and we sold 0 supply to do that. If you don't believe me, you can check out all the wallets, and I'm sure you can see that for yourself. So as we troll our Twitter account, you'll see that the video I launched earlier today. And then we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from some community members, some really good memes. So Guru here says, and I've never met these people. So these are all people that I've met just since we launched 2 Doge. So Guru gives us a little shout out. He says, I love the vision for hashtag 2 Doge. That's obviously us on Solana. Bringing back the meme coin energy with no scams is exactly what the space needs. Let's get those Doge memes pumping and aim for the moon. 2 Doge and Solana, you've got my support. So we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from people, like I said, that we met organically, that we've never met, only because we've been transparent, honest, and we've been working on creating a fun and engaging environment. So just the fact that we were able to meet what appears some other honest people in the space kind of somewhat validates our position and our opinion. And we're just hoping to kind of like be the nice guys for once. I know this sounds kind of lame to an extent, and unfortunately we've all heard of people kind of promise, and then deliver shit at the very end. What our mindset going into the launch of 2 Doge was, we want to deliver, and then promise after that. That way we could work on earning your trust from the very beginning. So I think we're on a path to success. I think it's only a matter of time before the cryptoverse actually sees our mission or sees our vision and fully onboards themselves to our community. And whether it's indirectly or directly, my personal opinion is this is the message that resonates with so many people that are out there. And I really firmly believe that 99.9% of investors believe in the exact same thing that we believe in. Unfortunately, most people, including myself, until I grew the balls to do this, don't have the platform or the knowledge or the funds to do this. I mean, it took us a lot of capital to get this off the ground. So this wasn't for the money. This is for the long-term vision of Doge. And ultimately, if we can turn the mindset around on, a handful of people within this space, it will be about the money. I mean, obviously it will be. But it all starts with one person, one vision, and then tomorrow it'll be two people with the same vision, and then next week it'll be 100 people, and the week after that it'll be 1,000 people, and that's exactly what we're shooting for. We're not promising anything. We're other than we're going to be consistent. We're going to turn out some great content, and we absolutely will create a fun, engaging, honest, and transparent community. And that's all that we can hope for. So again, I apologize if you landed on this video because you were thinking that I was going to teach you something shady. I'll be the first one to tell you, if that's you, you're a shithead. And you're the reason why this space is turning out the way it is. So for all of you that do have an ethical bone in your body and believe in the exact same thing that 2 Doge on Solana believes in, why don't you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, obviously like the video, come over to X and check us out and subscribe, become a member, whatever the fuck it's called, and wait for the next video. I appreciate you stopping by. Y'all have a good day.